Damien, Monarchs. My name is Rod Green, and I am with my partner in crime, Mr. Matt Gonzalez. How you doing today, Matt?
I am doing very well and excited to be here with you,
No,
Rod.
I'm excited to be here with you. Man, this is two years in a row we've had Kapaa and Damien for a semifinal game, is it?
Absolutely. And if you remember last year when they met in the semifinals, Damien actually held the higher seed last year, so Kapaa had to travel to Oahu to play after winning a quarterfinal matchup, right? And so they played over at Farrington High School last year, and I believe 88 points were scored in that game.
Yes.
Final score was 55-33. So, hey, it was an exciting game, and hey, if we have a game half as exciting as last year's was, we are in for a treat today.
Yeah, so Damien actually opened the year strong with road victories against Kamehameha Maui 33-17, as well as Roosevelt 26-21. And then after a couple of tough matchups against Punahou and Campbell, the Monarchs bounced back in a big way, rolling the wins over Iolani, Pac-5, and then another victory late in the year against Iolani. And then last week, of course, they kept the momentum going with the 28-14 playoff win over Baldwin, setting the stage for this afternoon's game. For Kapaa, they have Caton Munden, who we know is the backbone for the Warriors. You know, he's thrown for 347 yards, 2 touchdowns, but what makes him dangerous is his run game. He's racked up about, 611 yards on 93 carries this year, so he's averaging about 6.6 yards per run and leads the Warriors with 10 rushing touchdowns. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Alakai Pagao Munden with his rushing. He's got 387 yards and 5 touchdowns. So it's going to be an interesting game, you know, with AJ Tuifua for Damien. They have a passing attack, and what the Warriors have to really watch out for. He's passed for 79 of 135 for 1,258 yards and 15 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. So I think the Warriors defense has a lot to their hands full.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Damien comes from a very pass-happy league, right? In the ILH, and across the state, a lot of teams pass. But today, if you've never watched AJ Tuifua play, this guy is quite an athlete. He is a big dude. I think he's like 6'3", 240. He looks like, if you were to look at him, you'd think, hey, maybe he's one of the linemen, but he's actually the quarterback. Very talented arm. Remembering him from last year and also watching the Baldwin game last week, he gets rid of the ball quickly. So as you said, here on Kauai, our Warriors, they don't see the pass as much as they're going to see it today. So that's going to be the big question mark for them, is to see how they can deal with this Damien Monarch passing attack.
Absolutely, and he's no slouch running either. He's actually got 6 rushing touchdowns, so he is kind of a dual threat. But speaking of running, they've also got Jonah Wong, and he leads the way for the Monarchs with 333 yards on 69 carries. So he's got a 4.8 yard per attempt average. So it's going to be interesting. What are you expecting today?
Yeah,
Pretty much of the same, or anybody going to be out of character?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think it's going to come down to Kapaa's ability to stop Damien's passing attack. On the other hand, I think it's going to be up to Damien to see if they can stop Kapaa's running attack, and, so you got these two defenses that are maybe seeing, strengths in the other team, and I think whoever can win that battle will end up taking the game. I am anxious to see what Kapaa does as far as on defense. Coach Mike, I wonder what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve to stop this vaunted Damien air attack, because this is definitely outside of the first couple games against Farrington and Kapolei. I don't think Kapaa has seen this as the amount of passing that they're going to see today.
Well, I think defensively, we got Takazi back, so I'm expecting the defense to be able to hang in there.
Yeah, if you compare, it's hard to compare years, right? Because every single season, every year, the teams are different. And so it's really hard to compare. And it's also hard to compare leagues, right? Or like how strong is the KIF this year versus the ILH Division 1, right? I did see that Damien played they played Punahou, I believe, and then I believe they played Campbell, which are 2 top Division 1 open schools. And even though they lost, they weren't like absolute slaughters, like they looked like they were able to still move the ball and score some points. So and as we saw last year, Damien moved the ball, especially in the first couple quarters. They moved the ball with quite a bit of success against Kapaa last year. On the other hand, Kapaa moved the ball pretty easily as well.
Yeah, they did.
Behind the running game of one Bubba.
Oh, yes. Who no longer is with Kapaa.
Yeah, no longer at Kapaa. Now playing at a junior college in California. So I think we're in for a really exciting game today.
Yeah, so it looks like the Warriors will be kicking it off. So Yair Antonio, as he's teeing the ball up for the Warriors. Warriors in their black uniform, and Damien Monarchs in their white and purple. So there's a whistle, and here we go. Little squib kick. And right away we got a couple flags as there's a decent return by Samuel Kawakami.
Looks like we have a flag. We have a few flags on the ground there.
Wondering if there's going to be an illegal block in the back, potentially. We'll just wait and see. Yep, it looks like it's going to be against the Monarchs.
Holding on the Monarchs.
So they're going to go with holding. Holding call against the Monarchs.
So a good break for Kapaa off the opening kickoff, and looks like they're gonna be able to start with a little bit better defensive field position.
And you talked about AJ Tuifua. I've only seen him on television. He is massive.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy. This is going to be interesting. He's going to start off in a shotgun, and they elect to pass right away, and it's intercepted by the Warriors. First play of the game. It's like, and the Warriors started off with a pick six.
That looks like Keabe on the pick.
So the Warriors starting off. You couldn't ask for a better start for Kapaa.
Yeah, I mean, if you were scripting a game, that's exactly how you would want it to start if you're Kapaa. Eleu Keawe off of the deflected pass.
So Antonio,
Takes
and
it
he's
in.
successful for the extra point. So Kapaa starts off first play of the game with a 7-0.
Yeah, what a start. Hey, Rod, you can feel it. It is definitely a different intensity for this state championship game. I can barely hear you.
Yeah.
We can barely hear each other, but what a great way to start the game. The junior Eleu Keawe with the interception and the pick six, and I guarantee you his papa, who is I understand is watching back at home right now. Uncle Kimo Keawe is smiling ear to ear right now.
So I'm wondering now if the Monarchs are going to change their attack, or are they going to just stay with the same?
I think passing is their DNA. It's
it
in
is.
their DNA, and I don't see them going too far away from that strategy. But it'll be interesting to see if that shakes them a little bit or not. I mean, actually, he had a guy open.
He was open. Yeah.
It was just maybe a little high, and then the ball fell perfectly to Keawe.
Little tip drill there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Antonio needs to re-tee the ball as it falls off. It was rainy a little bit earlier today in Kapaa, but the skies have opened up for a beautiful, beautiful afternoon of football here. And it falls again, so I think they're going to have someone hold the ball.
We've spoken about that before, Rod.
Yeah, we have.
I still am wondering when someone's going to invent something to actually be able to hold the ball without it falling.
I might be working on that. You're letting the public know.
I mean, it's not.
Let me get the patent first.
It's not like gale force winds today.
And Antonio with another deep kickoff, and that'll go into the end zone. And we had a little action. It's like one of the Warriors, if I can say so, flattened a Monarch. You heard a big roar from the Kapaa side.
It looks like number 30, Tavion Kaliohi, basically pancaked one of the Damien guys as the ball was going out the end zone, and that got everybody fired up on the Kapaa sideline.
So Kapaa trying to send a message early. So we'll see if the offense of the Monarchs starts off with something conservative after the opening drive, pick 6, or if they stick to what's in their DNA and start off with a pass. Oh, looks like they're gonna stick to the pass. And incomplete pass as 2-4 rolls to his right and is unsuccessful. Trying to connect for number 12, Samuel Kawakami.
Yeah, beautiful pressure there by Tame Malafu. And that's going to be key for Kapaa today. If they can put pressure on Tuifua, I mean, I think that's going to really determine how successful the Monarchs can be with their passing game.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line, and Damien will be in the shotgun again. Oh, looks like an illegal procedure against the Monarchs. It took him a second to call it, but it looks like number 10, Jonah Wong, kind of flinched. Speaking of Jonah Wong, he leads the Monarchs with 333 yards on 69 carries.
Yeah, you see the Kapaa defensive line, the first couple of plays, they seem to be really moving around, trying to shift, disguise their look a little bit.
And a miscommunication between Tuifua and Kingston Bajet Kala'oka'ea.
Yeah, again, the Damien receiver was wide open there. I mean, Tuifua, I think, made the right play. Just like you said, a little lack of, they weren't on the same wavelength there.
So I'm wondering if Tuifua has a little nerves right now.
You know, he is a senior. I believe he's been playing this position, you know, not only his whole life, but for the last 4 years for Damien. So I doubt that he is rattled, but I mean, this guy's one of the best quarterbacks in the state.
No doubt, no doubt. So 3rd and 15. Oh, an incomplete pass. So the Monarchs will bring out the punting unit.
You know, one of the things we haven't spoken about yet, Damien played last week, right?
Yes.
Kapaa has been resting for the last 3 weeks, so you got to think that that plays a little part. Damien had a hard-fought game against Baldwin last week. On the other hand, you wonder if there's any rust, right, for Kapaa.
See, that's the thing. Would you rather play the game and keep into your flow, or would you rather rest? And that's the age-old. It looks like
after that block punt, it looks like it'll be a safety for Kapaa. And that question you had about the rust, I don't think there's any rust. In fact, the way Kapaa struggled with injuries this year, I think that those 3 weeks of rest are exactly what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely. I remember one game we called. They had 7 starters that were out.
Yeah, and as I look on the sidelines, I think they're pretty much all back, except for the couple of guys that were out for the whole season.
Yeah.
You know, the guys that had the little 1, 2, 3 week injuries, they're all back. You know, guys like Ryan Peters and Sammy Kauvaka and Takazi Thomas, they're all back.
So if you had any sleepers for today's game, who would you say? Let's start off with Kapaa offensively.
Well, for Kapaa, you know, we're 38. What is this? 38 seconds into this game, and Kapaa's offense hasn't even been on the field yet.
Right.
So, you know, if they can keep this up, maybe they don't need anybody on offense. No, I mean, I expect Kapaa to run the ball primarily, you know, and that would end up falling on the legs of Kaitin Mandin, Alakai, Pigao Mandin, and Isaiah Konishi. For Damien, I was really impressed with number 1 last year, Wyatt
Williams.
Hope Williams.
Yes.
He is a baller.
He really is a baller, yeah. He's my sleeper not sleeper, but he's my X factor for the Monarchs. So it looks like, is that Bermoy? So nice return by Bermoy for the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. We haven't even played a minute in this game yet, and Kapaa is up 9-0, and their first offensive series is going to start at their 45-yard line of Damien. So what a start for the Warriors.
So they put Pierce Rosario in motion, and the Monarchs start off, and they're fired up. So Pregame Monday with the carry, and he stopped for no gain. Actually had a gain of 2.
Yeah, I don't think the Monarchs are expecting us to do just that. It'll be interesting to see what variations Kapaa can do to, you know, kind of keep Damien on their heels.
Keep them honest.
Yeah, keep them honest.
And they run again, and once again, the Monarchs are right there. Looks like about maybe a gain of 2. They're going to give them 1 yard on that first carry. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Warriors.
Short game brings up 3rd and 6.
So the Warriors going to have trips left, and they got Titan Leong here on the near side, and it's going to be a keeper. And he's going to be close to a first down. Not quite sure if he got it, but we'll see. And it looks like a 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Yeah, the tough thing I think for Damien is that they did not want to, I guarantee you, did not want to fall behind early to the Warriors, because with the Kapaa's running game, what you have is the ability to control the clock, right? I mean, we're still very early, but that is a huge factor.
So they give it to Pierce Rosario.
Pierce Rosario with the carry. On the stop, number 17, Jay-Sean Aquino.
So one thing we have seen about Kapaa, even in KIF this year, is they've taken early leads and kind of let teams come back in a little bit. So they got to be careful, especially with this Damien team.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to remember, hey, this is a state tournament game. You don't win, you go home.
And nice stop by Jay-Sean Aquino.
On the stop, number 17,
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Warriors, who have yet, 3rd and 6 for the Warriors, who have yet to make a pass attempt.
Yep.
So the Warriors,
we'll see. We might get one here. Might get one here.
Looks like Munden was trying to get them off guard, but Damien is being disciplined. Oh, another keeper. And Munden just driving those legs. Looks like very close to the first down. And it will be a first down for the Warriors. So Kapaa able to sustain this impressive drive so far. I think this will be a nice, I was going to say this will be a good down and pass, but they elect to keep running. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You know, in reality, it may not look, you know, like the most pretty or beautiful offense, but if you're getting 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards a pop, you know, you're gonna continue to hold on to the ball. You're gonna continue to get first downs, and I think Kapaa is more than happy to keep doing that.
Well, I'm an NFC North fan, so I'm, which is the black and blue division, so I appreciate those type of drives. So, so the Monarchs, great tackle as they grab Alakai Pagao Munden, who tried to swing it to the right, but he's tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, great pursuit by the Damien defense there, and nice open field tackle by Uriah Mayava, a 5'9", 130-pound junior, according to the roster.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 14 for the Warriors.
I think we might see our first pass here, Rod.
Munden almost lost his footing, and he completes his pass. And the Warriors complete to number 7, Titan Leon. So that'll bring up a 4th.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Warriors.
So we'll see if the Warriors go for it. This deep into the.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't even think of going for the field goal.
Yeah.
They're going for this 4th and 1.
And I'm wondering
Is that
if
right? No, it can't be.
Yes,
4th and
2. 4th and 2. I'm wondering if they'll try to catch the Monarchs off guard with their snap count. Damien's pretty disciplined defensively, though. So it looks like an audible. So Warriors gonna call a timeout. Looks like they were trying to draw the Monarchs offside, but they didn't go for it.
Yeah, it looks like I'm watching Kapaa's kicker, Yair Antonio, and it looks like he's been told he's gonna have a field goal attempt here. So I think, like you said, Kapaa was trying to draw the defense, force them into an easy first down, but Damien didn't bite, and it looks like we're gonna have a field goal attempt.
So the Warriors in a timeout, and they'll regroup.
Yeah, it looks like Damien brought a pretty good sized crowd with them. Damien Memorial School, which is right in the heart of Kalihi, right across the street from Farrington High School.
So it looks like they are gonna go for it after all.
Oh yeah.
So here we go, 4th and 2, ball on the 16-yard line for the Warriors. And it looks like on a first down for the Warriors. And a touchdown. Tyson Munden. And the Warriors impressive first drive.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love the creativity on that play. It looks like Kaitan Mandin handed it off to his cousin, Alakai Pigao Mandin, who then handed it off on a little reverse to Kaitan's brother, Kaisin Mandin, and Mandin made a great run for the touchdown.
And Antonio puts the extra point through, which gives the Warriors a 16-0 lead. And if you're just joining us, the Warriors got their first 6 points on an interception for a pick six. The extra point was good. The next points were on a block punt, which resulted in a safety, which gave them an additional 2 points. And Kaisin Mandin was able to punch it in for a 16-yard run to put the Warriors up now 16-0 after the extra point. So this could not be going any better than it is right now for the Kapaa Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, we haven't even played 6 minutes yet of game time, and Kapaa is up 16-0. So, I mean, quite an impressive start to this game by the defending D1 state champions, right? So they look up to the task so far, but hey, we are still early.
Yes, we are early. And Damien is no slouch. And speaking of the D1 state champions, this is a couple of years ago. They were actually the D2 state champs. So I give a lot of props to the confidence that Mike Tressler and his staff has in these Kapaa Warriors to be able to step up from D2 to D1 and not only compete but excel at this level.
Yeah, I think a lot of Kapaa fans sort of felt like I did when I first heard they were going to move up after that first state championship. I was like, hey, maybe we should win 1 or 2 more on the D2 level. But it turns out, I think it was definitely the right decision.
Absolutely. And it's a good kick for the Warriors, and it trickles out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit I was right there with you. I was wondering, why are they going up from D2 to D1, especially we had lost Solomone Malafu that year, who was the player of the year for the state. He was incredible. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the very next year though, when Kapaa made the state tournament and gave Waipahu a really good game that year, even though Waipahu ended up losing in the championship game that year, I think it was pretty evident that Kapaa was in the right division. And overall, you know, I got to give props to our administration, you know, Mr. Cox and our athletic director, Greg Gonzalez, and you know, like you said, the people, the decision makers to make that move. I think it's been the best move for our community and for our boys.
So the Monarchs will start at their own 35-yard line. And AJ Tuifua once again in the shotgun. And there's a snap. And his completion to Wyatt Holt Williams. And he gets a first down. So no loss of confidence at all for these Monarchs and AJ Tuifua.
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't going to pass a lot already, I think with the deficit, you're almost forced to, you know, keep passing. But you can see how dangerous Wyatt Holt Williams can be once he catches the ball. I mean, it was a nice hit and tackle by safety Takazi Thomas, but that was a nice gain for the Monarchs.
So 1st and 10, and another completion. Looks like he's slow to get up.
Pass completed to Steinhoff. Official timeout on the field.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
It looks like when Ku'u Keha Meke Oli Steinhoff, after that, Ku'u Steinhoff, after that catch, he was brought down by number 6 for Kapaa. I believe that's Isaiah Kaomoana Lizama, and it looks like he kind of like rolled up on the back of the receiver, and hopefully he's okay.
Yep.
And I apologize for butchering that name there.
Hey, better you than me. They expect me to butcher it. So.
Yeah. Ku'u Kehame Keoli. Probably still saying that wrong, but we'll call him Ku'u for short, but hopefully he's okay.
So he's being attended to by our trainer for the Warriors, Sam Enriquez.
Ku'ukeha Meke'oli, it looks like. Ku'ukeha Meke'oli Steinhoff.
I like that, not give it up.
I had to practice a couple times, but I think I got it. Ku'ukeha Meke'oli Steinhoff.
So looks like he's up on his feet, and both sides are clapping because you never want to see anyone get hurt.
Yeah, especially, you know, these young men have put in so much time. You know, they started practicing, you know, back in the spring, and then they go through a rigorous summer workouts and all through the fall, and so you hate to see anybody get injured, especially in a big game like this.
Absolutely. So that'll be 2nd and 4 for the Monarchs, who's had some success this drive with the passing game. They start off empty backfield. And he's going to keep it. So there's a strong run by A.J. Tuifua.
Yeah, I think that play shows kind of the diversity of his abilities, right? Not only a passer, but if he's for a big boy, he can move, you know?
And for the Monarchs, I like how they put the wide receivers out wide. They got an empty backfield, so it seems like it's going to be a pass, but the quarterback draw very successful. So you got a 1st and 10 now on the Warriors' 35-yard line. And another complete pass. So Wyatt Ho-Williams, once again.
Yeah, Kapaa is definitely in a pass defensive stance, right? And so this is going to put some pressure on some of the linebackers to stay with some of these really quick receivers for Damien.
So Wyatt Ho-Williams is the leading point getter for the Monarchs with 54 points so far this year. And the Warriors are going to be caught off guard. You gotta watch the ball.
Yeah, I've been seeing Bryden Salvador and Tommy Malafu. They've been doing a lot of, they've been playing a lot out of that 2-point stance, right? And I wonder, I've seen that out of Malafu, not too much out of Bryden. So perhaps, you know, he got a little excited because he was in that running motion almost already.
So that'll make it 1st and 5 at the 18-yard line now. Oh, incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass intended for the 12.
Looked like that was intended for Samuel Kawakami. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Monarchs.
Yeah, I think right now for Kapaa, you know, now that you're kind of in this red zone, it's going to be a little bit tougher to find those openings in the defense. But, you know, Tuifua definitely seems to be getting enough time to throw the ball.
Yeah, I just noticed they subbed out Ryan Peters for Leah Jervis at linebacker. So 2nd and 5. Tuifua goes back to pass, and he is sacked. Great defensive pressure by the Warriors. Looks like Malafu got in there.
Yeah. Tommy Malafu got there first, and then his defensive line mates joined him, and that was a big sack at a big time. By the way, Tuifua is a big boy,
yeah,
but so is Tommy Malafu.
Yeah. You know, as I look at Tuifua, I like to compare players in NFL, but he reminds me of Dante Culpepper in his size.
Ooh. Former Minnesota Viking.
And a great pass by Tuifua.
Yeah, I mean, the arm strength is just so impressive. I mean, that ball, he's like throwing it like off his back foot and still zipping it right in there. It almost looked like, no, there's no way it can get there, but what a strong arm.
Yeah, and it looked like Wyatt Holt Williams was open, like had a couple of seconds there. I would think the Warriors know that he's their biggest offensive threat, at least on the wide receiver position, so I would expect them to be a little bit closer.
I think if you're Kapaa, you got to be aware of Tuifua as a runner.
On the draw,
here.
yeah,
I'm
on the same page. Well, he goes back to pass. And touchdown in traffic. So the Damien Monarchs respond. It looks like that's number... Number 27, Drayden Kaavaloa. Number 10, he's a sophomore actually, number 27 for the Monarchs. So they'll line up for an extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good by Jacob Inocencio. Or Inocencio. Let me correct myself. Jacob Inocencio. So Damien responds.
Yeah, an impressive drive by the Monarchs there. I mean, those last two passes, I mean, especially the touchdown pass, talk about threading the needle, right? I mean, it looked like Kapaa had the receiver pretty well covered, but somehow the ball got through. And you gotta, if you're a Monarch fan, you gotta be happy that, hey, despite the tough opening to the game, they responded and they've put themselves right back into the game.
Absolutely, and you mentioned it earlier. Kapaa hasn't seen a passing attack like this all year, especially in the KIF.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, ever since their second preseason game against Kapolei, Kauai High School did show a little bit of passing, especially in that last game.
Yeah.
But I mean, this Monarch team, have they run the ball maybe 2 times so far, 2 or 3 times?
And that was quarterback draw.
Exactly.
So Burmoy with the return. Still running. And he's brought down by number 32 for Damien.
Jermaine Moore Jr.
Looks like that's Jermaine Moore Jr. So we'll see how the Warriors regroup now that Damien's put some points on the board. And Kapaa still has yet to pass, but a nice run for a first down by number 32, Alakai Pigao Munden, and he's a workhorse for the Warriors.
Yeah, both teams so far playing to their strengths. Damien with the pass, Kapaa with the run game.
Once again, he's bouncing it outside. He's got some room, and he's brought down out of bounds. Great solo tackle by Ratson Tomisa, but not after. Looks like close to a first down.
Yeah, Alakai tried to deliver the stiff arm, but Braxton Tomisa kind of rejected it.
He said rejected it.
Was able to make that tackle and keep Kapaa from getting that first down.
So that'll bring up a second and a short 1 yard for the Warriors. And on the keeper, it'll be a first down, still going. So Munden keeps those legs moving. Picks up the first down for the Warriors.
You know, and as I watch Kaitin Munden, you know, his footwork is just so beautiful. And it almost reminds me, like, I mean, I don't know if this is a good comparison or not, but almost like a wild animal running through the jungle, you know, like just finding the path to get through wherever he has to get to.
Oh, nice hit by number 26. That was Naulumu Kailani Kekoa.
Yeah, the Damien defense was able to kind of flip Isaiah Konishi over on that, but still a gain of 4 yards, right? You'll take that on first down every time.
But that does kind of fire up the defense when you see that. So another keeper. So Munden gets about 3-4 yards. We'll see where they spot it. As we're winding down, about 13 seconds left in this first quarter. We'll see if the Warriors just let the clock run out. And it looks like they will do that. So at the end of one, the Kapaa Warriors 16 and Damien Monarchs 7.
Make sure you head over to the food booth to support your Lady Warriors. They've got all the grinds and drinks.
So like you mentioned, both teams are being true to what they've done all season. Damien with the passing attack, especially that last drive where they finally were able to punch it in. And the Warriors with a nice sustained run attack, who have yet to pass the ball, as a matter of fact.
I think they completed one pass over here, yeah, on that one scoring drive. Titan Leong had a catch.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Kapaa's gonna, again, you know, we talk about this every game, but they are going to run, and probably pass as needed, right?
As needed, yeah.
Whereas Damien is the exact opposite. They're going to pass, and then run as needed. I think the scary thing for Kapaa is that you feel like they pretty much dominated that first quarter, yet you're only up by 9 points, and Damien has shown the ability to strike very quickly. So if you're Kapaa, you gotta stay focused. You gotta keep, you know, don't turn the ball over. That can change a game very quickly as well. But here we are. We're on the 30-yard line now, headed towards the going from left to right.
So it'll be a 3rd and 4. It'll be a keeper, Munden, and he's very close to the first down. They're going to call a 4th and 1, and it looks like the Warriors are in a hurry-up offense. And 32 for the Warriors. Look out Munden.
Yeah, I like how
Monarchs. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I just like how patient Alakai was on that run. You know, he waited for the puka to open up, and he found it and, you know, got the yardage needed for the first down. We got 1st and 10 now at the 18.
I don't know if you picked up on it, but it looked like Caton Monday kind of gave him a little push when he gave him the handoff. Not quite a tush push, but oh, what a great hit. So Amanaki Tu'u Langvalu. So Jay-Sean Aquino with the tackle there.
Yeah, nice read there by the Damien linebacker, Jay-Sean Aquino, a 6 foot, 150 pound. Looks like a junior.
So that'll be 2nd and 12 for the Warriors. And looks like a nice run by Pregame Munden. So Uriah Mayava with the stop for the Monarchs. So looks like a 3rd and 6 for the Warriors. As Munden looks over to the sideline, gets the play. And Munden, not too much.
They're in agreement, number 26.
So it looks like we got an injury. Another Monarch down. So we have an official timeout. So it looks like it was no gain for the Warriors. It'll be a 4th and 6 when we return back to action. But for now, we want to tend to the down Monarch. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, as soon as that play was over, Coach Stressler, I was kind of reading his lips, and it looked like he called for the field goal unit. So unless they pull a switcheroo here, I see it looks like they're going to go for the field goal, but we'll see.
I think that's the smart play. You know, every point counts. And what may end up being a factor is that safety that happened early in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially that turned what would have been a 1-score lead into a 2-score lead right now, right?
And what I like about the Warriors' attack running the ball is it's taking time off of the clock, which is what they need. You mentioned how fast the Monarchs can strike offensively. So as long as you can keep that offense off the field, the better it is for the Warriors.
Yeah.
So it looks like that was Tyvin Silv Gomez Kelakai, and he's up on his feet.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that. Good to see that. Hey, and once again, I said that we were going to have a field goal, and I was wrong again.
And both,
Looks like during the little timeout, injury timeout there, coaches changed their mind.
So here we go, 4th and 6 for the Warriors. Got Tripp set up left, and they're gonna go for a pass. Munden scrambling, he's in the grasp, and he's brought down for the sack on 4th down by number 15, Shason Tomisa. So that has got the Damien Monarch faithful very hyped that they get a stop.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta give the Monarchs the credit for stopping the Warriors there, and that's what either side is gonna have to do, right? If they want to win this game, you wonder if Kapaa maybe would have been better off just taking the field goal. I mean, it was definitely not a gimme field goal, and
and
also
it's pretty windy right now.
into the wind, so maybe that factored into the decision.
So Damien, 1st and 10 on their own 25.
Timeout, Damien.
And Damien's going to call a timeout. Not sure what they saw, what the coaching staff saw, but they want to talk about it.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Anthony Tuitele and staff wanted to talk it over there. Interestingly, according to the roster, Coach Tuitele also serves as the school's athletics director. So not something you see at the public schools, but at a smaller school like Damien, I guess probably happens quite a bit.
So what'd you think of my Dante Culpepper reference earlier?
You know, I was actually kind of thinking, I thought you were going to say Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, that was, you know what? I was just thinking that.
Kind of that big guy.
Yeah, Big Ben, got that going on.
But yeah, Culpepper, I was a Culpepper fan back in the day. I believe, was that when Randy Moss was with the Vikings?
Oh, nice hit. So Jonah Wong with the run.
Yeah, he initially was hit by number 5, Ryan Peters. Ryan slowed him down just enough for Bryden Sugai Salvador to finish off the play.
Finish it off, yeah.
Yeah, number 10, Wong, he's not very big. I mean, 5'5",
compared to his quarterback, he looks like a dwarf right now.
Yep.
So Tuifua. Oh, an errant pass. He had Wong open.
Yeah, Tuifua was forced to probably throw that a little earlier than he wanted to because pressure came right up the middle by the likes of Tommy Malafu and Zaimana Labanon.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for Damien.
I would watch for Wyatt Ho-Williams right here.
And he goes up, looks like it. Oh, and he was shooting for Wyatt Ho-Williams. And the Warriors were lucky. Looked like they kind of got tripped up there.
I think they had good coverage on that. You know, Takazi Thomas kind of got caught up in that. I usually out of your safety, you want to make sure that nobody gets wider or deeper than you, right? And but looks like there was a, what do we have, like roughing the passer?
Looks like it's a roughing the passer.
So that's a big break for Damien.
So that'll make that a 1st and 10. Warriors had a really good defensive effort there, but you can't make mistakes. And see if Damien can capitalize on that. So that'll be a 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Tuifua. Looks like another interception by the Warriors. Braden Vermoy with the interception for the Warriors. So very uncharacteristic interception by Tuifua.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out to even probably be better for Kapaa because if Damien would have punted, certainly Kapaa would probably not have gotten the field position they have now. So you never like to see a foul that extends a drive like that, but turned out for the better for Kapaa.
So the Warriors hand it off to Pagal Munden. And looks like he may have gotten 2 yards.
You know, and it brings up, I mean, it's interesting, right? You talk about, I mean, Tuifua is such a great quarterback, but already in this first half, 2 interceptions,
yes.
right? And, you know, for Damien to beat Kapaa, they're going to have to really minimize that going forward here.
So only 1 yard from Miguel Munden in that last play. They hand it to him a second time, and he's still running, and a great effort, great second effort from Miguel Munden. Looks like he may be about 3 yards shy of that first down.
That looked like one of like a bumper car ride at Disneyland there, just bang into people and keep going forward.
So that'll be a 3rd and 2. And a keeper, and London with the first down. So Kapaa able to sustain the run game so far with this drive after the Tuifua interception.
Might be a good time to remind everybody that, of course, this is a state semifinal game. What's at stake is a berth in the championship game next Friday, Black Friday, over on Oahu. And of course, the winner of this game will face the winner of Konawaina and Kailua that is happening over on the Big Island today.
So Miguel Munden, and he swarmed. We'll see if they give him forward progress. At best, he's got back to the line of scrimmage, but it may be a loss. We'll see where they mark it.
First degree to number 14, Uriah Maioa.
So they gave him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. And another handoff. Miguel Munden. And not too much there. So Monarchs are expecting the run, and they are doing a decent job of defending it so far on this drive. So we got a 3rd and 8 for the Warriors. What you would consider to be a passing down. We'll see if
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. And it's going to be a keeper. And Munden's going to be close, little shy from my viewpoint. And it looks like they're going to do the hurry-up offense. And the Warriors hurry-up offense. So the last time they did that, they were successful with the hurry-up offense on going for it on 4th down. Another keeper, and Munden looks like he's got it, and then some.
Yeah, the Kapaa coaches, after that 3rd down play, they wanted to get right back on the line of scrimmage and kind of do a little mini hurry-up offense, and it proved to work. And now looks like Damien wants to kind of regroup a little bit here.
Which I think is a good call for them. Get that defense slowed down a little bit. So we've had 2 4th down conversions. Both times it was Munden with the keeper able to get the 1st down. And you know, the last time he did it, you mentioned the patience that you appreciated with his footwork. And once again, we saw he just waits, lets the hole kind of develop, and he finds the gap and makes it happen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Kaitin, I think he's one of the best athletes in the state that maybe not too many people around the state know about, but you know, he's been, you know, probably the offensive MVP of the squad this year. And as far as I know, this isn't even his first sport. I mean, baseball, I believe, is Kaitin's first sport. So, you know, I look forward to seeing him, well, not only finish this season off strong, but also see him in the spring playing baseball. Which remember last year they got to the state championship game and fell just short in the D2 state championship. So I know they are hoping to improve on that this year.
They're hungry, yep. So the keeper by Munden.
Munden with the keeper. On the stop, number 6, Jordan.
So Kites and Munden picking up yardage.
Yeah, Kaitan did a good job there hiding what he was going to do. I mean, it looked like he was going to give it to Naki Tuulangavalu, but he held on to it, and defense didn't really know what was going on there.
So even after the timeout by Damien, Kapaa still able to keep this drive going.
We go London with the carry.
So I don't know if you got a chance to catch that, but number 58 for the Warriors just drove.
Yeah, that
one
is
of the,
Tavin Boiser. He played most of the season on the JV team, but then was brought up. Tavin Taylor Boiser, just a sophomore, and yeah, he's a tough kid. If you see Tavin, he's like built tough, you know.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that Ford's?
Ford tough.
That
Yeah.
Ford tough.
So it looks like Pierce Rosario with the handle.
Yeah, Pierce had a carry earlier in the game for a little gain. Got a little gain here. Pierce is another really accomplished, fantastic baseball player.
Yeah.
So again, he's another one that, you know, will be interesting and fun to watch later on this spring.
And then number 14, Uriah Mayava with the stop on that last play. So that'll bring up to a 2nd and 7. Kapaa on the Monarchs 16-yard line. Naki in motion, and Munden rolling and dealing into the end zone for the touchdown for the Warriors. Once again on the ground. Excellent run by Munden as he's pirouetting through the...
Yeah, I was gonna say that you said pirouetting, kind of making you think of a little ballet or something. For me, it was like a spin cycle, right?
There you go. So there's a timeout.
I think Coach Tressler is gonna go for 2 here.
So there will be a timeout for the Warriors.
You're up by, what is that, 15 right now?
Yep.
So if you make the 2-point conversion, you would be up by 17 rather than 16.
Timeout Warriors.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Tressler. I think that would be the only reason why you would call a timeout, is to try and go for...
Now, what do you think about that strategy?
I mean, I don't want to question the decision. To me, it's hard now that you saw that ball go through the uprights.
Yeah.
You always hate to take points off,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Even though it didn't officially count. But for me personally, I think it's a little early to start going for 2. But you know, hey, Coach Tressler has had good luck going for 2. If you remember a couple years ago, in the game against the tournament game against Lahaina Luna, he decided to go for 2 at the end of a game and ended up winning that game. And then the year that Kapaa won the state championship, the D2 state championship, they went for 2 pretty much the entire night, except for just a couple times. So I think he's got confidence in his jumbo package, right?
So they will go for 2.
If they do go for the jumbo package here, I would like to see the ball go to Bryden, Sugai Salvador. I mean, he's a fun guy to watch run. Oh, but looks like he's going to be a blocker here.
And the Warriors with the extra 2 points. So give Kapaa coaching staff credit.
And you gotta get, and that's why Coach Tressler is down there and I'm up here.
Exactly.
Great decision there.
And this is a relatively young offensive line. We lost a couple of very strong offensive linemen this season, in King Pitts and also
Amaziah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing about this Kapaa team, I mean, you got a couple of important seniors on defense like Ryan Peters, Braden Bermoy, Zaimana Labanon, Devon Green. But, you know, majority of the defense comes back next year. I think almost the entire offense comes back next year.
Yeah,
Like,
they'll be scary.
I think the only seniors are maybe Mana Kelekoma on the line and Julius Iglesias, but the rest of the offense is pretty young. You're talking sophomores and juniors.
So we have a 24-7 lead by the Kapaa Warriors over the Damien Monarchs in this HHSSA semifinal football game.
Also back number 29, Makoa. Namoka.
Big shout out to Amaziah Siale. I know he's watching. He's over in California right now, relocated. And it looks like a short kick. Oh, and he's got some room. And just like that, oh, did he step out of bounds? A couple of whistles. Looks like the Monarchs are protesting something. I don't know.
I think the Monarch receiver there gave a little signal that looked like a fair catch. And so I think Kapaa kind of stopped playing. Let's see if that's what happened. But I believe he made a little gesture that made it look like it was a fair catch. Of course, Damien's going to disagree with this.
Right.
But he kind of gave a little hand motion, and perhaps the Kapaa players stopped because of that. If he did make a fair catch, it was very slight. It wasn't like super obvious.
And it looks like they'll be bringing this one back. So,
and if that turns out to be what they're calling, that's a big break for Kapaa.
yeah, it is.
And before all the conspiracy theorists come out and say anything about the referees, I will say that there are three or four referees out here who I am not familiar with, so they are not Kauai referees. These guys are from either Oahu or other islands.
Yeah, I know we got one Kapaa.
Yeah, I see a couple of Kauai-based referees out there, but it looks like the majority of the team crew.
Oh, so now they're going to call a personal foul. So it'll be interesting how they mark this.
I think they're calling an illegal fair catch, but then a personal foul against Kapaa. I'm not sure exactly what the personal foul was, but at the end, I think Kapaa will take the result after the way that ball was returned.
Yeah.
Kapaa is lucky to.
So Damien will start it on their own 39-yard line. So talking about no conspiracy theories, the Kapaa umpire is getting into it with Kapaa's coach, Mikey Tressler. He's definitely not happy with the call.
Yeah, both coaching staffs aren't very happy right now.
That's when you know the refs are doing a good job.
Yeah, they must be doing something right.
So AJ Tuifua goes back to pass, and he hits Wyatt Ho-Williams, who picks up a modest gain. but a gain nonetheless.
Yeah, I think Kapaa will gladly give up that little pass underneath, you know. I think this defense is set up to keep them from hitting a home run.
So Tuifua once again with an empty backfield and a shotgun. Quick pass. And Kingston, Bajet, Kalau, Oka'ea.
Yeah, that was a beautiful catch by the Damien receiver that time. He just swung his head around and the ball was there. Yeah.
So that's the confidence that AJ has in his receivers, and rightfully so. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10. Short pass to Wyatt Williams, and you got to keep an eye on him. He's finding the seam in that Kapaa Warriors secondary.
Yeah, I think with this defense, that particular pass is going to be available. And I think Kapaa, things will start tightening up once they get down into the red zone.
So with a minute and 6 left in his first half, you know Damien is trying to get on the scoreboard to try to narrow this gap, and the Warriors want nothing more than to get a stop. So 1st and 10, 42-yard line. Wide open, great open field tackle, but not until the completion by Dredden Vailoa. If I'm not mistaken, is he the one that had that return earlier that they brought back? I'm not sure.
Which number were you talking about there?
Dredden.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That forces Damien to take their last time out, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, going into the half, 24-7 for Kapaa sounds obviously a lot better than 24-14.
Yeah. And I will say, Damien does, as successful as their passing attack has been, particularly on this drive, they do have to be careful and not get restless and careless, rather, because they do have 2 interceptions so far. So this is a crucial time for AJ Tuifua in this passing attack.
Yeah, he definitely is a fun quarterback to watch, though. I mean, when he gets back there, I mean, just such a big guy, the arm strength, very impressive.
So that'll be a 2nd and 4 for Damien. And it's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Monarchs. And that ball kind of floated up there. It looks like they almost had an interception, but Damien able to capitalize.
Yeah, again, you know, I think this defense was set up as just to stop plays like that. So I don't think the Kapaa coaching staff will be very happy that that happened, right? I mean, at this juncture of the game, you want to keep everything in front of you. So
Absolutely.
The fact that he got past the entire...
It's a block by the Warriors. So that looks like a flag on the play. But on that pass, I got to give AJ Tuifua a lot of credit because Kapaa was sending them. They had
no, I mean, again,
I mean, rolled out to the right,
and perhaps Kapaa just kind of, you know, underestimated his arm strength there. I mean, he's kind of like on his back foot. He's getting pressured, and he still delivers a, you know, solid ball down the field. But again, I don't think Kapaa coaches will be very happy about that because the defense they were in should have been there for that play.
Okay, so now there was a block on the first one, there's a penalty against Kapaa. So as Damien lines up again, they're going to call offside against the Warriors.
Yeah, so this has got to be at like inside the 1 foot line, right?
Yeah, at this point, I'm wondering if Damien will rethink going for the extra point and maybe go for 2. But no, looks like they're going to still. Jacob Inocencio. And another block by the Warriors.
Once again, with the block by the Warriors.
So the Warriors able to stop the extra point attempt by Damien. So able to salvage something positive out of that after giving up the long touchdown pass.
Yeah, if you're Kapaa, it was a little bit of a letdown to give that up with only, less than a minute left. But, hey, that's the beauty of sport, right? You got to adjust now and, you got to just have an answer for that. It'll be interesting to see if Kapaa decides to do something in these last 45 seconds or just go into the half happy with the 11-point lead.
Well, personally, I like to see him try to go for it. You can never have too many points. I mean, of course, you don't want to do anything and have a turnover and give Damien an opportunity to score.
Right.
But I'd like to see a big return by the Warriors and follow it up.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that'll be the key in deciding what they decide to do here. If it's a big return, then they might be a little more aggressive.
Taking off, number 44, Jacob Inocencio.
So Inocencio will kick off for Damien after the failed extra point attempt. And a Warrior return.
Baghdad Barreto with the return.
Yeah, good to see Kekona Baghdad Barreto, who is was brought up from the JV team to get a little action there. He got to return his first varsity football action.
Also in on the stop, number 28, Braxton Manisa.
Speaking of first, if I could be selfish and do a quick plug, my son who attends Lake Forest College played his first official game today, and then he actually knocked down his first shot, 3-pointer. So big shout out to Austin.
Love to see that out of our reigning KIF Basketball Player of the Year, Austin Green.
So the Monarchs stuffing the run there. Pregame Monday going absolutely nowhere. And the Warriors are just kind of letting the clock run right now.
Yeah, I think they're just going to let the clock run out here.
See, plays like, I'd almost like to see a Hail Mary. But that's me. But looks like Kapaa will be content with the 24-13 lead going into halftime. And it's official. 24, Kapaa, Damien 13.
And I believe during halftime here, according to our athletic director, we are going to have a visit here from some of our HHSAA sponsors from the Hawaii National Guard.
All right.
So we'll be on standby for them and get a chance to talk to them and their involvement with the state tournament.
Yes. As our Kapaa cheerleading squad gets to midfield, looking like they're ready to get the Warrior faithful fired up.
Yeah, I believe the KIF champions, right?
Oh, did I not say that?
I'm not sure if you said it,
I don't
but
think I did say that.
I don't think they're going to be upset if we say it another time.
Okay,
I see Coach Rosie is up here giving you stink eye for not mentioning that.
Very proud of our Kapaa Warrior cheer team. All right. Good job, Kapaa Warriors cheerleading team. Fear the spear. Love that. I think we may have a little dance routine coming up now. Go Kapaa Warriors. Great job. So as we wait and see if our sponsors come up, what's your impression of this first half so far? And we'll start off with Kapaa.
You know, after the way those first few minutes of the game went, I was kind of thinking, hey, are we gonna have a blowout here? So I got to give a lot of credit to Damien for hanging in there, not giving up, and you know they're still in position with that offense. They're still in position to you know make a run for it here in the second half. If you're obviously if you are Kapaa, you know, you got to be happy that you do have the 11-point lead, and maybe that last touchdown was a little bit of a disappointment, but you got to shake that off and, you know, come out because you're in a dogfight here. This game is not over by any means, right?
This is to see who goes to the big dance.
Yeah, exactly. And if Damien is able to minimize, you know, turnovers in the second half, we could be looking at a totally different situation. I mean, because those two interceptions proved to be, especially the first one, proved to be really big for Kapaa.
So I mentioned it earlier, we'll see how big of an impact that safety has on this game too.
Yeah, I mean, I think every point's gonna matter, even going for the two-pointer, right? That was a big deal too. So Mr. Sandro, who is the maestro here, I guess we have a couple of visitors, some sponsors of the HHSAA tournament here that we wanted to give a little plug for. Maybe I can just give them my microphone and, yeah. And Rod, you can tee them up with some questions.
All right.
He's scared, bro.
So we'll get them mic'd up real quick. How you guys doing today?
Good, good, good.
All right.
How you doing, sir?
Good, good.
Right on.
Rod, names, please?
Master Sergeant Christian Stasko from the Wire Army National Guard.
All right, and you guys?
Sergeant Alex Canal.
And we are very privileged to have you guys here as sponsors. Can you kind of let us know how you got involved in sponsorship of this game?
Well, us in the National Guard, we've been a part of sports, youth sports in HHSAA. We've been doing a lot of things for the KIF, as well as the ILH and the BIF. And we just are glad that we have the opportunity to come out here and continue to support schools, especially on the outer island.
Yeah.
We don't get much exposure. And we're just really thankful to be out here, and on behalf of myself and my team, thank you.
No, we appreciate all that you guys do. And is this your first time on Kauai?
No, actually, I spent a lot of my childhood here on Kauai.
Oh, nice.
I got some family in Koloa, so
Okay.
I come here a lot, and I love coming out here.
And you guys are based on Oahu, I presume?
Me, myself, I'm based out of Oahu,
Okay.
Central Oahu. I run the recruiting stations for Central Oahu, as well as Big Island and Kauai.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Kainalu Gayagis is my newest hire and the brand new recruiter here for Kauai.
Oh, wow.
Alma mater.
Kapaa's your alma mater?
Yeah.
Go Warriors. There we go. There we go. So I take it you have a vested interest in this game today.
No favoritism. But
No
yes.
favoritism, but yeah, I like that. So what do you guys, just your opinion, what do you think so far, that what you've seen so far between Damien and Kapaa?
I would say showcases some of the highest level talent across the state. I mean, look at these boys. They're big, they're tough, they're scrappy. They come from smaller schools, and they really got a battle.
Yeah.
And they got a battle for spots to play, on the highest level and the biggest stage. And I'm not, particular for any team. I got a little bit of green in my
I see
shirt.
that, yeah.
But I am super happy because Damien and Kapaa, those schools fall into my recruiting area. So proud to be here.
Well, thank you once again for joining us. Anything you want to say before you guys take off?
I would just like to say, hey, I wish the best to both teams. Play hard, fight hard. Thank you guys for the opportunity. And thank you again. My name is Master Sergeant Christian Stasco. If you or anybody would be interested in serving in the Hawaii Army National Guard, you can go to nationalguard.com. If you live on Kauai and you'd be interested in learning a little bit about what we do, please call Sergeant Kainalu Gayagis. His number is
808-346-5955, or my Instagram is the Tailgate Recruiter.
You guys did that really well. Like, you guys been practicing this. I love this.
Hey,
That's
no,
excellent.
unscripted,
Really?
I promise.
Just
I
off the
promise.
cuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, I just got to say, in my 9-to-5 job, I work with the Kauai Police Department. So we do a lot of interaction with the Hawaii National Guard, and we love the work that you guys do, and it's really appreciated. So once again, thank you for all that you do.
Right on. I
right.
appreciate you.
Aloha. Take care. All right.
Mahalo, guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you, all you guys. Yeah, appreciate you all. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you guys, yeah.
Awesome.
Trying to pass it on.
And this hammer was his English teacher.
So I was, I probably deployed with your guys. I volunteered to several missions across Indonesia, Philippines, whatever. But
You probably know Chris Callio.
I know Calios and the Honoratos.
Yeah.
I mean, who else? Cariagas.
Yep.
Apilados. That's
Yeah.
that's
We lost Apilado. He was a great officer. He ended up leaving, and Callio retired, went to Texas. But yeah, and Honorado's still on Kauai doing his thing. But yeah, Cariaga's a great officer. All those guys are great guys. Great guys.
I think we're still live. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely say don't say any Marine stuff and Army stuff. Like yeah.
Talk about the Air Force.
My great-grandmother was from Kilauea.
Oh,
She was Susan, and she ended up marrying my grandpa, who was a staff school.
very cool.
Oh, right on. Well, my dad was the athletic director for Lapoi Hoi, and then he went teaching at Hilo High.
So those of you at home listening and watching,
So where are you
just
based? On Oahu?
Total
You
Kauai
based-
style, just talk a story about who knows who, and that's the beauty of living on Kauai.
Man, well, thank you to our representatives from the Hawaii Army National Guard. These
Yes.
guys, they were like not only good-looking guys, but they're pretty well-spoken.
Yeah, bro.
You can see why they're in charge of recruiting. These guys, good job, you guys. I want to shout out to Kainalu Gayagis. I was actually his volleyball coach about 15 years ago or more, and then also Zane Espina, who's with you guys. He was in my English class a few years ago, and I know he just graduated and jumped right into the National Guard, so proud of him, yeah? Yeah, right on. Aloha.
Aloha. All right, so that was a nice surprise. The Hawaii Army National Guard
Yeah.
sponsoring.
Want to thank all the sponsors who make this happen. I believe First Hawaiian Bank sponsor as well. So want to thank everyone who makes this happen, right? Makes this. We also have other visitors here from Oahu, from the HHSAA.
Oh yeah.
As well as as well as part-time Kauai resident Brian Ing from Scoring Live.
Scoring Live. Whenever he's in the house,
I think he's negotiating for a little place to to own here. Scoring Live's got to get him a little room here that he can stay every time he comes.
Make him an honorary warrior.
I want to thank him for bringing some treats over from Oahu. He brought over these croissant bites. I never heard of those before, but man, those were lethal. And when I say lethal, good lethal.
So before we get to the second half of this game, I want to acknowledge our great Kapaa High Media team. We got Tiare on wide camera from the box, Haley, field camera 1, Ginger, field camera 2, and we got Kai on the switchboard. So if you are at home or abroad and you are watching this, make sure you give them a thumbs up and a big shout out, because they don't have to be here on a weekend, but they're here making sure that you get to watch this great semifinal D1 football game between the Kapaa Warriors and the Damien Monarchs. So with about 20 seconds left to go before we start the second half, what are you expecting to see?
Hey, I'm expecting to see an exciting second half here. I mean, if you've got no skin in the game, you're just stoked that we have an entertaining game here. There's been some big plays. There's been some things that could have swung the game either way, right? But if you're Kapaa, you obviously like where you're at right now with an 11-point lead. You want to keep controlling the clock. I don't think we're gonna see any surprises from Kapaa as far as what they do with the ball, right? They're gonna keep running the ball, and Damien's gonna keep throwing, and it's gonna come down to whichever team is more successful at doing what they do.
I don't want to jinx this, but I'm gonna say it. Aside from those extra point attempts, we haven't really had that many penalties this game. So it's been a relatively clean game compared to what we've seen earlier in the season, where it's been like a flag fest. So this is, for me, it's aesthetically pleasing to watch them play the game, with minimal amounts of flags.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's been a pretty clean game, and hopefully it continues. But both sides are going to have to, be successful at what they do in order to take the win today. I did mention, I wanted to give a shout out to our HHSAA Executive Director Chris Chan, who is here today, as well as Associate Director Russell Aoki. Thank them for all the hard work that they put into doing all they do to make sports, athletics happen across our state. And again, remind everybody what we're fighting for today. We are both teams fighting for a spot in the championship game next Friday on Oahu, 7:30 at Mililani High School.
Yes. Big shout out to Bobby Thompson, who's the spotter for our announcer, our stadium announcer. He just dropped us off some desserts.
Yeah,
not sure what it is.
I'm not. I mean, we want to thank Bobby for being the messenger, but all credit I know needs to go to his lovely wife Roxanne Thompson.
Roxanne.
Who is Roxanne Thompson, who is the kind of the queen of making snickerdoodle cookies.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, that's what this looks like to me.
Okay, he's nodding his head.
I've had them before, so I can give it my my full endorsement.
Love to hear it. So as we get to the end of halftime, the Warriors have taken the field. They will receive as Damien Monarchs set the tee up. And what may be crucial, we noticed a couple extra point attempts were unsuccessful by Damien, so that's something to watch later on too. Little surprised that Damien didn't go for 2 when they scored. So here we go, second half. This is for the marbles. And it looks like nice run by Kapaa.
Yeah, again, Kekona Bakad Barreto, who
He's the one just came up. Huh?
Yeah, spent most of the year on the JV, but he's getting some action here, and good to see that.
That was a nice run, get it up to the 30-yard line.
Yep. Kekona is definitely one of the up-and-coming stars of Kapaa football.
So I know this is early in the second half, but I think this is a crucial series for both teams.
Number 32,
So Pregame Munden with the carry started off.
On the stop, number 50.
Second half, looks like he got a gain of about 2.
Also in on the tackle, number 22, Joshua Lualua.
And there's a keeper by Munden and not fooling Damien at all. They smelled that one coming.
First one there, number 4, Ivan Self-Gomes.
So it looks like Tyvin Self-Gomes Kilakai on the stop there.
Yeah, Tyvin Self-Gomes Kealakai, 5'11", 240-pound senior.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Warriors. Another keeper. And Munden still driving, not going to get the first down though.
First degree to number
Looks like he might have got about 6. We'll see where they spot it.
Also there by Alva. That'll bring up 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 3. And looks like they're going to bring the punt unit out.
Yeah, I believe this is the first time Kapaa has been forced to punt.
And what is the new word that you created?
Punting Braden Vermoy.
I believe I called it ambidextrous, but
Yes.
we learned that it's
An actual word.
bipedal.
And for those at home, that means that you can kick with either foot.
Looks like Damien was forced to take a timeout. They weren't quite ready for the punt. And so that might prove costly to have to use a timeout so early in the second half like that.
Yeah, but it looks like Tressler, the head coach for Kapaa, is lighting into somebody for the Warriors. I don't know if he saw something where he wanted them to get the playoff before the timeout was called, but he is not happy at all.
Yeah, I mean, the Damien staff was also unhappy with something on their side. So I'm starting to think that a good coach is never satisfied, right? Never satisfied. But, yeah, I don't know. You think Kapaa might think of faking this year?
I don't think so. Not with this field position. But we know that Vermoy has been known to kind of run to the side and punt the ball, as he did right there. Great Kapaa bounce and recovered by Kyle Contreras.
And I think the Kapaa coaches were hoping that they would let that bounce even more. It looked like it might have went even, farther. But let's see. Yeah, it looks like Coach Tressler is letting them know that he wanted that to roll even more. But nonetheless, nice punt there by Vermoy, and sets up for a long field for Damien.
Right, so I mentioned how I thought this first possession out of the half is important. So let's see what Damien does. stop Warriors and see if they can march down the field. And a running play for Damien, and Kapaa snuffed that out. Nowhere to go at all. And if there's one thing we know, Kapaa's run defense is stellar.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Kapaa is probably going to see that play one more time this whole game. I don't think they're going to see that too much going forward.
24 has his running back in the backfield with him as he's in a shotgun. And they headed to him again. And once again, Kapaa defense. So you said we might see it one more time. That might be the quota right there.
I haven't been too good at predicting things today, so don't listen to me on that. But yeah, I'll be surprised if they keep doing that. I think it's just to kind of keep Kapaa's defense on, keep them honest, right?
Well, after the run attempt on first down, I really didn't expect that the second down. So, and that's when you can come up with the big play. So you want to be unpredictable. So with a 3rd down and 8 from their own 22, 24 takes a snap, and incomplete pass right through the fingers of Dredin Kaavaloa. And I know he wishes he had that one back.
Yeah, I mean, it was a slant pattern thrown a little bit behind him, but definitely a catchable ball. And what do you know? Both teams come out and both teams are forced to punt in their first series. So, but it looks like Kapaa is going to end up with good field position nonetheless.
Yeah, I think they got the battle of the field position so far. Oh, and a shank. So Kapaa will have very good field position as they'll start in the Monarchs territory. See if Kapaa can capitalize. So Munden and he has a handoff to Isaiah Konishi.
Konishi, the ball carrier. First one there to greet him. Self Gomes, Kalakai.
So Gomes Kalakai.
Official timeout on the field.
And we've got, unfortunately, another Monarch down. It looks like number 15, Jason Tomisa for Damien.
Yeah, I want to obviously shout out to our athletic trainers. For Kapaa, we got Sam Henriquez and Chris Ong. Also, want to always shout out the legendary Dr. Monty Downs, who has been Kapaa High team doctor for many, many years, and he offered the harmonica interpretation of the Star Spangled Banner and Hawaii Pono'i today. So that was a treat for all of us.
A man of many talents.
You want to tell him to take it down? Attention, with the person operating the drone, please lower your drone, bring it back in, please. Please land your drone.
Apparently someone is flying a drone here at the game, which almost certainly is a violation.
FAA violation, definitely.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was a drone or a UFO. You never know these days. So many sightings going on I hear about. Would you believe I actually saw a UFO before?
Really? Where?
Bro, south side of Chicago. broad daylight at a Little League baseball field. It was about 5 of us, and we see a metallic disc. And my first thought was, oh, that's a cool kite. And then it had this erratic pattern, and then all of a sudden it just kind of hovered there. We're like, wait a minute, what is that? And it just took off into the atmosphere.
Wow.
After about 3 minutes. And I was about 12 or 13 years old. Don't know what it was. I'm not going to say it was from outer space, but it was an object,
unidentified.
and it was unidentified.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got a 2nd and 7, Kapaa Warriors. And Munden hands it off. Number 25, he's got some room. And looks like touchdown by Isaiah Konishi. Isaiah Konishi. Did he get in?
He was tackled just short.
He was tackled just
I think
shy.
at the
Looks like
1 yard
the
line.
1 yard line. Oh, they're going to put him at the 2 yard line. Got a little ahead of myself. And it's going to be the keeper for Munden. And it looks like there's a touchdown signal by the referee. So the Kapaa Warriors able to capitalize on a short punt by Damien with a nice running attack. And they lead 30-13 in the second half.
Attempting a PAT, number 34, Yair Antonio.
So Antonio with the extra point attempt as the win is at his back. The kick is up and the kick is good. So Kapaa with a 31-13 lead over Damien.
Yeah, that was all set up by, I think, beautifully patient running there by Alaka'i Pigao Munden. And just like that, it's an 18-point lead and looking good for Kapaa. I did want to mention, looking at the score, it looks like over in Hanapepe, Waimea in the D2 state tournament is beating Roosevelt at the halftime 21-7.
Oh, wow.
So both Kauai teams in the lead at this point. And of course, if Waimea wins that game, they would be in the D2 state championship game next week, Friday, right before Kapaa, which if Kapaa is to hold on to here. So that would be a cool thing for Kauai fans if, there was a Kauai doubleheader.
Doubleheader.
Again, let's not count our chickens
before they hatch.
Too early, but I don't think that's happened before. 2 Kauai teams like that.
Back to receive, Kawakami. And by head, Talau Okaea.
So Kapaa with the kickoff and a deep kickoff into the end zone.
Touchback ball spotted on 20. First and 10 for the Monarchs.
Great kick by Yair Antonio. He put his foot in that one.
Yeah, Yair's got a strong leg, and when he has the wind at his back like he does now, I mean, that's basically, I think, the right approach, right? Just bang it right into the end zone.
So we'll see if Damien feels a bit of desperation. Still a lot of time left. But the way Kapaa has been so successful in their run attack with the sustained attack, which is taking time off the clock and putting that constant pressure on the Monarch defense, we'll see what the game plan is for the Monarchs. And right away, nice pass over to Wyatt Ho-Williams. They have such a great chemistry.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. That is the combination, I think, that Kapaa really needs to stop. I mean, that's the combination that could potentially put Damien back into this game.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for Damien. And another nice pass. And that was Samuel Kawakami.
Samuel Kawakami. He'll get forced down by number 4, Takazi Thomas.
So Takazi
Monarchs pick up
was able to knock him out for the Warriors. Takazi Thomas. He missed a few games earlier this season, so he's definitely a welcome return for the Warriors.
I know.
The 5'7" sophomore. He made an impact last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
We talk about the youth of this Kapaa team. Not only are they youthful, but they're talented already. Nice catch once again by Wyatt Ho-Williams.
You know, one thing about Tuifua, watching him throw the ball, it's just like so effortless, right? It just looks like he's done this, and I'm sure he has 1,000 times. You know, he just put in the reps, and he just really slings the ball.
He does. And it's a beauty to watch, quite honestly. So 2nd and 4 for Damien. And they're going to go with the run. Oh! And Malafu with the stop. Not allowing Namoka to go anywhere. Makoa Namoka, number 29.
Yeah, that was a grown man tackle right there.
Man,
that was like no, you don't, right?
Yeah.
No, you're not going there. That where you want to go.
Slow your roll, know your place. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for Damien. So there was a run by Tuifua, and then he ends up throwing the ball. I wasn't sure if he ran past the line of scrimmage, but apparently not.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
Pretty
he
close, though.
faked the handoff. He made it look like he was going to run, and then he ended up slinging the ball out and got the first down. So I like the creativity of that play.
But I guess if you're in a shotgun, it looks like he ran past the line of scrimmage, but he's so far back that. But well-designed play by the Monarchs as they have a 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Oh.
Wong with the carry.
So Wong is stopped
First one there.
by Malafu. Looks like there was some confusion right there. I'm not sure what just happened, but like I said, there was no whistle.
Yeah, I mean, they got a nice pickup there of about 4 yards.
So that'll be 2nd and 6 for Damien. Oh, and a sack for the Warriors. You don't see that often.
Making the tackle, number 51.
And that was a tackle by number 51, Lebanon.
Yeah, beautiful play there by Labanan. We've talked about him earlier in the year. He transferred back to Kapaa from Kamehameha, which, by the way, Kamehameha, what a great performance by them last night to get into the D1 Open Championship game.
So 3rd and 10. The rush is coming. And incomplete pass as Damien was lobbying for a flag, but no call. Very close.
Yeah, and the Kapaa players are calling for an offensive pass interference because it looked like number 6, Isaiah Lizama Ka'amoana Lizama had a chance to catch that, but the Damien receiver kind of turned into the defender, and he ended up, it looked to me like he kind of was grabbing Isaiah, but no
So we
call
got a
was
4th
made.
down and 10 for Damien. So they're going to go for it. And looks like a first down by Damien. So the confidence in the coaching staff that they have in Alani Tuafua pays off.
Yeah, I mean, just such a beautiful timing pattern. I mean, that was one of those, right? 10 and out. Just go 10 and out, and as soon as he swung around, the pass was right there.
And if you're Kapaa, you can't let that happen. You got to know where the markers are. So the ref and the ump going to have a little conversation. It's like unsportsmanlike conduct against the Kapaa Warriors. And Warriors got to be careful to not exacerbate the situation. And once again, you mentioned about no conspiracy theory, because that is the Kapaa umpire getting into it. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for Damien as they're in the 19-yard line of Kapaa. They hand it off, and Wong goes absolutely nowhere.
Well, I mean, no matter either way, you know, whether you agree with that call or not, I mean, it certainly seems to have put some energy, injected some energy into the Kapaa crowd.
So Damien with the 2nd and 9. That 4th down pass conversion was crucial. And Tuafua with the keeper rumbles into the end zone for Damien. I was wondering when he was going to run again. He is a dual threat for the Monarchs, and he showed there why he is one of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah, the play, that was the same play they ran earlier where he actually threw it to Wyatt Hole-Williams. That time, it's like this unusual looking option play where he has the option to throw it or hold on to it. And man, you can see once he gets into the open field, he is a tank.
So we have another extra point attempt, and this time it looks like it's good. So Jacob Inocencio able to convert on the extra point. So Damien reducing this to an 11-point lead as we have 2 minutes and 24 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, again, I mean, Tuafua, such an impressive player. I think Kapaa thought he was going to throw that ball there, and the fact that he held on to it caught everybody by surprise, and he got the touchdown.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how huge that 4th down conversion was for Damien. I mean, if they don't convert, Kapaa has been so successful running the ball, they probably would have been able just to run out this quarter, and then you go into the 4th quarter with the lead and the ball, if not score. But as it stands now, the Monarchs are feeling good about themselves, only down by 11. 2:24 left. It's a lot of time left in this game. And I kind of mentioned it earlier, Kapaa this season has had a tendency to get an early lead and kind of let teams back into it as the game progresses. So we'll see what happens. And Pregame Monday with the return. He stopped by number 21 of Damien Steele Dorrego, Jr. for the Monarchs. So we'll see how Kapaa responds. First and 10 from their own 30. And Munden with the keeper gets about 5 yards on the carry. He fooled me on that one. I thought he was going to hand it off.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Munden as the quarterback. I mean, every time they do that little, that option play, right? He's reading his keys, trying to decide whether he should hand it off or hold on to it. So, he's making these quick decisions.
And Pregame Munden still driving, but they're going to stop his progress prior to the first down marker. So it looks like about third and 1.5. And Pregame Munden kind of stumbles, but looks like he got to the first down marker. Oh, the spot, a little short. Wow. Not sure about that call. Not sure about that spot. That was clearly a first down.
Kapaa is a little indecisive here. Looks like they're going to have to.
Wow. Now, granted, we have a different vantage point from up top. And Munden still driving those legs. And he gets more than the first down. He says, I'll show you. And 59 for Kapaa, and 50 kind of getting into it there. You got to be careful about these unsportsmanlike conduct flags.
Yeah, I think that'll prove to be a big play because I was watching Coach Shrestler. It looks like he was calling for the punt team, but they thought they had the first down. So Kapaa ended up just running it and got the first down. So turned out to be a bit.
Still getting into it with the head coach. And nice hit, ball carried by Konishi, but he is stopped.
Yeah, I think Kapaa will let the time run out here and then take a little breather for the start of the fourth quarter. Again, though, on that previous fourth down, I was watching Coach Shrestler. They were calling for the punt team.
Wow.
And they were either going to end up having to burn a timeout or just go with a play. They decided to go with a play. And, Kaitin ended up gaining more than enough yards for the first down. I think everybody got caught off guard by the spot of the on that fourth down.
Which looked like clearly a first down from up here. But I'm not on the field, and it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it, and I don't want to be down there doing it. So easy for me to say. But it looks like cooler heads have prevailed, and Kapaa head coach and the ref representing Kapaa have seemed to kind of be on good terms now. So we'll see how that works out. Both of them are kind of smiling. Well, at least the ump is. He's coming back to this side.
Yeah, I think that as we move into the fourth quarter here, that makes this drive a very important drive, because if Kapaa is unable to score here and you give the ball back to that offense of Damien, this could start looking a little dicey.
Right, and then all of a sudden Kapaa is not comfortable. And so let's see how this plays out. I'm in 100% agreement with you. But it looks like Damien is just kind of snuffing out these runs now.
Looks like Kendall Garospi will have to come out for at least one play because his helmet came off.
And in his place is Bobby Kaneakua.
Both of whom are sophomores. So if you look at Kapaa's line, I mean, we're not really that big.
Oh, nice run by Munden. And Munden with a great run.
Yeah, that one, he was Houdini on that play because it looked like he was going to hand it off to
Absolutely.
his teammate there, and he held on to it, and it just opened up for him.
That's twice he's fooled me.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Warriors on the 23-yard line of Damien. And the Warriors are really playing smash mouth football right now.
Yeah, this is the definition of smash mouth. And I mean, you know, if you're old school, you know, you're loving this. I mean, of course, in today's day and age, we're so used to teams passing and throwing the ball. But, you know, hey, this is a formula that's worked for Kapaa, right? Run the ball, play solid defense. And, I mean, who can argue with the results over the past few years?
I wouldn't mind seeing Naki to Ulangvalua get involved because he can be dangerous. And there he is running in motion. And they fake it to him, the keeper.
London with the keeper. First one there, number 17, Jay-Sean Aquino.
So Jay-Sean Aquino, number 17 for the Monarchs on the tackle. Bring up a 3rd and 8 for Kapaa. So we'll see the last couple possessions that Kapaa got close and didn't get the first down. They went for it on 4th down with a quick no huddle. So we'll see what they do on this play. And it's a keeper once again. Oh, great solo tackle by the Monarchs. Number 14. That was Uriah Maiava for Damien. Great solo tackle. So that'll bring up a 4th and 6.
Yeah, it's always impressive when those safeties kind of get shot out of the cannon and make those tackles. And Maiava read that, and he did a very good job. Interesting here. Coach Tressler looks like he's going to go for it again.
Now the question is, are they going to try to call Damien offside, or are they going to actually hike the ball?
Yeah. I think you might be right. We might be seeing a field goal attempt. Although the last 2 times I said we were going to see a field goal attempt, I was wrong.
They still went for the...
Yeah. Yeah.
Timeout Warriors.
So they're going to regroup.
You know, I would think right here, you're up by 11. If you're able to get the field goal, you go up 14. You know, that would take 2 touchdowns to be able to, you know, either tie or beat you.
Which is a tall task considering it's 8 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game.
Yeah. Now, mind you, Yair Antonio's got a strong leg, but he hasn't gotten too many opportunities this year to actually kick field goals. And, you know, even though in pregame you're banging, you know, 45, 50-yarders, you know, it's a whole different thing when you got a live defense and you got to get the snap and you got to get the hold. So, I mean, this by no means is a gimme. This would end up being what, I have a hard time seeing the, that's 20, it'd be about a 35-yard field goal maybe, looks like.
And they're going to go for it.
It looks like this would be about a 36-yard field goal.
Field goal, number 34, Yair Antonio. Beyond with the hold.
Antonio with the kick. It is no good.
That kick is no good.
So Looks like the Warriors were lobbying for a roughing the kicker call, but we have another Damien Monarch
Official
down.
timeout on the field.
So they'll take an official timeout. So by Kapaa not being able to convert, that'll turn the ball over to Damien as they'll start on their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the kicker, Antonio, was kind of complaining because he felt he got run into, and he now is getting treatment.
So both teams are being tended to right now.
Yeah, I mean, you as a kicker, you're in a very vulnerable position when you're planting your foot like that, and somebody's running into. That's why they have running into or roughing the kicker penalties, right? I would have to see that again. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but.
So Alexander Lazaro, who was down for the Monarchs, is up. And looks like Antonio is also up. But in the battle of who could get up first, Damien won that battle. So Antonio is actually kind of limping off. But that's something to look for as this game continues. So 1st and 10 for Damien. Interesting formation. And Wyatt Ho-Williams with the reception.
Yeah, you can just tell that just all the hours of practice, perhaps the 7-on-7s, all the passing leagues and stuff like that has really paid off for Tuifua and Ho-Williams, right? What a beautiful combination and synergy they have with each other.
I love that synergy.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I can count on every broadcast, you will use a very eloquent word, and you never let me down. Appreciate that.
It took me only 3.5 quarters today.
Oh, and a great reception by number Kingston Bajet Ka'ala'o Ka'aea.
Yeah, it looks like he almost made that like with one hand, that catch. I mean, it looked like the defender was holding one of his hands and he still was able to catch that. And again, Kapaa's got to make sure they kind of tighten up here.
Looks like Peters may be going in, and he is, but they pick him up. Another reception by Wyatt Ho-Williams. Oh, and he's upended. But not before a great reception and another first down for Damien. So Damien doing a great job of marching down the field. Kapaa defense definitely needs a stop. Slow Damien down. Tuifua able to evade. He puts it up in the air. Oh, and a flag. And they're going to have a pass interference against Kapaa. And from my vantage point, I think that was a good call. Looks like the feet got tangled up, and
I see the referee took his hat off there, which normally, doesn't that mean the receiver, somebody ran out of bounds? But they're calling pass interference.
Okay.
And again, I kind of question how catchable that ball was, but they're not going to ask for my opinion, right?
I thought it was in the vicinity.
Yeah.
So Damien.
Yeah, Kapaa, the defensive linemen for Kapaa, they need to keep containment on the quarterback, you know?
Yeah.
They cannot let him get outside like that.
And we know last time he ran in it himself. 24 with the pass. Right through the hands of Wyatt Ho Williams.
Oh, man, if he would have hit Ho Williams in stride, that probably would have been a touchdown. Yeah. I mean, Ho Williams is just so dangerous.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Up in a press box, you can hear some of the fans below. I hear one of the fans yell, "Keep the pressure, D-line."
Yeah. Keep an eye on number 1 there. Keep an eye on number 1.
Yeah, I would have a spy on him. So it's 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line. 24 takes a snap. Pass. And incomplete. Pass was intended for number 20.
Yeah, nice
Kingston
coverage.
Yeah.
Nice coverage there by Braden Bermoy. He was pretty much right there.
And you got to think that this is 4th down territory
Absolutely.
for Damien regardless.
Yeah, I don't think
They got the 4th down conversion last series they had possession and were able to capitalize and score on the 4th and 10. So tackle. Great tackle by Tame Malafu.
Yeah, beautiful play there by Tame Malafu to get the sack just as it looked like Tuifua was going to make a run for it, but sets up a big 4th down play here.
Yeah.
Kapaa, the defensive backfield's got to be disciplined here.
Well, the defensive line has to be disciplined also to not get called offside.
Yeah.
To make it a shorter.
Right. Although I think for Damien, they actually benefit from having more space down here.
So 4th and 14. Damien. 24 in a shotgun, goes back. Pass up there is going to be overthrown. Incomplete. And Kapaa will take over. And Kapaa's lucky. Oh, I think I may have spoken too fast. It looked like I was going to say Kapaa might have been lucky to not. It's going to be against Damien, or whatever the penalty was. Kapaa is declining, so it'll be a change of possession for Kapaa. I thought I saw a little incidental contact in the end zone, so I wasn't sure if they were going to call that.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays with the pass interference, I mean, who knows, right? I mean, to me, that call is probably the hardest call in all of football.
Very subjective.
Yeah,
I think
very
sometimes.
subjective, but a big defensive stand by Kapaa. And if they can get a little bit of a drive going here, they will set themselves up to hopefully finish this game out.
So, Pregame Munden with the carry.
On the stop, Cameron Hall.
Not much there. Looks like they give them about 1 yard on that attempt, so it'll be 2nd and 9 from their own 25. And once again, Pregame Munden for Kapaa, not really going anywhere.
First one there, Jay Sean.
Yeah, and I think if you're Kapaa at this point, obviously you want to run the clock out, but I don't think you want to be too conservative on your running plays, you know, like, because if you don't get this 1st down here, you're basically giving the ball right back to Damien with 4.5 minutes to play still.
Now the mindset might be, let's just be conservative with the run. And then, London goes nowhere.
Flag on the play.
But there is a flag. The mentality may be, you know what, our defense, we have faith in them. We'll push them back with our punter, kind of pin them back.
Flag on the play.
But it looks like it may be against Kapaa. At least number 19, Alexander Lazaro, thinks so as he's motioning. So that'll be 4th and 7 for the Warriors. And the clock is running.
And keep in mind, look who you're punting the ball to here. You want, as a punter, you probably want to keep the ball away from him.
Him being Wyatt Ho-Williams. And we know that he is extremely dangerous.
Wyatt O'Williams.
So a lot of pressure on Bramoy to get a. Oh, it looks like he may have. So there's a flag.
Flag on the play.
So I may have misread it, but it looked like Bramoy actually was contemplating passing that ball the way he was. But we've seen that before because he has the ability to roll out and punt on the run.
Yeah.
So that was a penalty against Kapaa. So they'll be pinned back to their 25-yard line. Bramoy with the punt, able to get it off, and a shank there. So just like that.
And there came in his ability to kick the ball with his left foot as well. I mean, they at least got something out of that. That would have been disastrous at the 2 or 3 yard line, but at least he kicked it out to where did it go? Well, I guess only to about the 15.
Yeah, it didn't go too far. So
I thought the ball traveled farther than that.
Yeah. But they're making it interesting. So 31-20. Kapaa is holding on, but Damien threatening. I'd definitely watch Tuifua with the keeper. Goes back, passes. And they eventually bring down, looks like Kingston Bajet Ka'aea.
I think they only picked up a couple of yards there, about 4 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant here by number 1.
Yep, there it is. And it's the escape artist. Goes on the run. Touchdown. Is he in bounds or is he out of bounds? Yep, he is in bounds. Touchdown, Damien. So Damien with the improbable touchdown. Great roll out and was able to escape the sack. So Kapaa with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left, trying to hold on.
Yeah, again, I mean that connection between number 11 and number 1 has been unstoppable. Especially this second half. What a beautiful play there by Tuifua.
Yeah.
To keep composure and to deliver that at the back of the end zone. That was almost like That reminded me of Dwight Clark from back
Not
in the day.
San Francisco 49ers Cincinnati Super Bowl.
I mean,
Oh,
it was kind of in that same area of the, I mean, of course, a different looking play, but kind of same result at the back of the end zone.
yeah. I guess you could say the field looks kind of candlestick-ish.
Yeah.
So will Damien go for 2 or go for 1 here?
I mean, I don't see what you gain from going for 1.
Right.
If you get the 2 and you cut it to a 3-point game, so I would think that they would go for 2 here. And I think the Kapaa faithful is a little stunned right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, we talked about it earlier that it's not over.
Yeah.
And mentioned about Kapaa having an early lead and allowing teams to come back in the second half. And once again, we're seeing it. We've also seen them be able to hold on to that lead. So
Right.
we'll see if that stays true. But this game is far from over with
But
3 minutes and 4 seconds left.
But Kapaa has not faced a quarterback receiver combination like they're facing today.
Would you make any defensive adjustments?
You know, to me, it looks like Kapaa, you know, like they've been in a pass defense. They've had like kind of those 2, almost like safeties in the back, I guess, you know, the cover 2. And it's just like, Damien's just making great plays.
So Damien, with their power formation, they're going to go for 2. And the keeper, and he does not get it. That actually surprises me a little bit, considering how tough Kapaa's defense has been against the run and how successful they've been with the pass.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if you're a Kapaa fan, you're hoping that Damien tries to run on that, because so far the defense has been vulnerable to the pass, not the run, right?
Yeah, but to your point earlier, though, as we're starting to see some rain come down, to your point earlier, it's almost better to be a little bit further back because you have more room to work with when you're trying to go for a pass.
Yeah, for Damien, I really think that for them, if they're in the red zone, they probably would rather be at the 20-yard line versus the 6, because their offense is based on, you know, getting the receivers out in the open. Kapaa, you know, wants to compress that space, right? So I really think, you know, like for them, you know, getting an extra 5 yards to work with doesn't really hurt them as much.
So that errant, that snap on the punt attempt was very crucial.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see if Damien goes for an onside kick. You know, they only have 1 timeout left. So, you know, Kapaa, if they get the ball here, you know, you would think probably 1 first down and the game would be over.
Yeah, but Damien did a pretty good job, although Kapaa was extremely conservative with their
Kapaa looks like they're
last series.
They look like they're expecting an onside kick.
Yep. And there's a flag. So looks like a flag against Damien. So they'll move it back and re-kick it.
Yeah, you see that a lot on onside attempts. I mean, I think the kids, they're not really used to it that much. So a lot of times the coverage team will kind of move too fast or cross the line too quickly.
So Antonio, once again, go for the kick. Kapaa got their hands team, and that was a great possession. Kind of dove on that ball like a Marine diving on a grenade in the war.
Yeah, what a great play there by I mean, that won't really go into the statistics or anything, but what a great play by Keave to smother that. You know, he had the big play at the beginning of the game with the pick six, and again, that could prove as important, that play right there. Again, I want to shout out to his papa watching from home today up in Wailua Homesteads, Uncle Kimo Keave.
Hey, that's God's country up there in Wailua Homesteads.
Yeah.
And nice first run, great effort by Kapaa. The Warriors are going to really need to have that push from that offensive line.
First one there.
So first down, they get about 4 yards, which will bring up a 2nd and 6. And the thing about it is, Damien knows that Kapaa is going to run the ball.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all know that.
Although I would have taken chances earlier with the pass, right now I'm sticking with the run if I'm Kapaa. Straight ahead, there we go. And the Warriors, Pregame Monarchs, making a statement with that run. The 5'8", 185-pound sophomore. So if you're Kapaa, I think you just kind of let the clock roll down to the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, of course, in high school football, it doesn't stop at the 2-minute mark, but
that's right.
But you know, you would that first down was huge.
That's crucial.
Damien still has 1 timeout, so you would think they would stop the clock right after this play.
And Damien stops the run there.
Konishi, the ball carrier.
Yeah.
So that was Konishi with the carry.
So they did call for the timeout there. You've got
38.
You've got 2nd down. I don't know if Kapaa just clocks it right. I mean, not clocks it, but if they just down it right now, I don't know that Damien can do anything about it, right?
So that was their final timeout?
Is it 40 seconds every play? 40-second play clock? Anyway, I mean, that first down was huge. I was trying to get some rules clarification from some of the others up here in the box.
So Konishi comes out, and Pregame Monarchs returns.
I think we got a bunch of cars out there that will definitely pass the part of the safety check that requires the horn to be sounded.
So we're right next to a bypass road, a lot of horns, and now this Kapaa faithful is extremely hyped now. 2nd and 8. Kapaa's got to be careful with the ball though. Damien's showing a lot of discipline by not jumping offside. And Munden with the keeper gets about, looks like 6 yards, but we got a down player for Damien.
Official timeout on the field.
I tell you, these trainers are making their money today. You hate to see that, but
yeah, they've been busy today.
And if you're just joining us, we have about 1 minute and 25 left in the game between the Kapaa Warriors with 31 and Damien with 26. The Monarchs have made a furious comeback, capitalizing on an errant punt by Kapaa.
Yeah, and if you take into consideration the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game that was a complete disaster for Damien. Other than that, I mean, this game is, you know, as tight as it could be, right? So Kapaa, in a lot of ways, very similar to last year's semifinal when Kapaa went up early against Kailua Kailua started to come back a little bit at the end, but you know, in both cases, I don't know if it's the home field or what it was, but Kapaa definitely, you know, benefited from an early strong start.
So any word on that Waimea Roosevelt game by any chance?
Let's see here.
Like you mentioned earlier, they're playing.
Looks like that's a barn burner as well. Waimea 27, Roosevelt 20 in the fourth quarter, about 7 minutes left.
Whoa. So both Kapaa teams, or Kauai Island teams, I should say, are vying for a spot in the finals. D1 for Kapaa, if they're able to hold on against Damien, and the D2 for Waimea, Minihuni against Roosevelt, going on right now at Hanapepe Stadium here on the beautiful Garden Island. So 3rd and 4. I'm wondering if this is 4-down territory for Kapaa.
Well, they're going to let it run down as far as they can. If they can get a first down here, then the game is obviously
the game will be
over.
over, yeah. They got to be careful and take care of the ball. And for Gal Monday, with a nice run.
I think that was the key to that play right there.
The Kapaa Warriors.
I'm glad Pigal Munden stayed in bounds on that. That could have changed things a bit.
Oh, definitely. Very, very heads-up play for him to stay in. Because if he runs out of bounds, that stops the clock. So the Warriors faithful are excited because they know that Kapaa is just letting the clock run down. You can hear the horns. And just like that, the Kapaa Warriors have about a minute, 1.1 seconds before this game is officially over. I think they let the clock run down, and looks like they took a penalty.
So does Damien get one play here?
No, I believe that
Kapaa,
was a
Kapaa is still
delay of
fourth down.
game, yeah.
Still fourth down, right?
So Damien, a lot of their players have their heads down. They look dejected. They have absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Kapaa
Kapaa
just needs to snap the ball, take a second, and then take a knee,
and that's
right?
it, yeah. But I definitely want to give a big shout out to the courage and guts of this Damien Monarch team. They came over here to Kapaa. This is twice in a row that they've lost to Kapaa in a semifinal football game that would put them in the finals for D1. So you know they got to be feeling the hurt regarding that. But
yeah, it's interesting. When they went down 16-0, I was looking across and it looks like the fans were still, still trying to fire them up, still trying to cheer them on, and you gotta really tip your hats to the hustle and to the grit that they showed today. Because they easily could have folded, right?
yeah. And there it is. The Kapaa Warriors once again take a trip to the D1 finals as they are victorious over the Damien Monarchs 31-26. Very proud moment for this Kapaa Warriors team who's battled through a lot of adversity. They had a lot of players that were injured this season. You had two big offensive linemen that no longer play for Kapaa by transferring to different schools off the island. And they showed their resilience. And this is a credit to the coaching staff, a credit to the players and their fans. But once again, cannot be more proud if you are a Damien Monarch fan, because they showed grit as always. And I can't say enough about Alani Tuifua and his ability as a passer and his connection and the word you used earlier, synergy with Wyatt Ho Williams. Much credit to them, but Kapaa was destined, apparently, to get back to the finals.
Yeah, I know Damien, before the game, they were looking at this as a revenge game, and that was a little bit of bulletin board material for the Warriors. And, you know, hey, you got to hand it to them, but you also got to hand it to Kapaa. Being the number 1 seed sometimes is not the easiest thing to do, right? You got the pressure on you. Last year, nobody expected Kapaa to win. This year, the expectations are higher. And so for them to be able to make it back to the championship game, be able to play on TV, you know, for the neighbor island kids, it's always a great thing to even get to that game. Because you get to play on TV, the whole state is watching. So, I mean, hey, kudos to Coach Tressler, the staff, the boys, for getting back to where the team was last year. But no matter what, it's going to be a tough opponent next week. Whether it's Konoaina or Kailua, I think, you know, Kapaa is in for a dogfight next week. But hey, celebrate this tonight, and then you're right back to work. By the way, a little bit shorter week because the game is going to be on Friday now.
Oh, that's right.
With you know, Thanksgiving coming up, keeping focus. So it's going to be a interesting one. But yeah, great to see. I thought it was a pretty, it was a well-fought game today. Sportsmanship was pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a football game. I mean, you always expect to have some aggressiveness, but
yeah, I'm so proud of these Warriors. As we're watching the coaching staff congratulate each other. And I can't say it enough. The Monarchs have nothing to hang their heads about because they have shown the greatness that they have. But only one team can be victorious today.
yeah, and when you get into a state tournament situation where you basically, if you don't win, you're done, right? I mean, it's always extra emotional. And, you know, especially for the seniors, they don't want to see their season end.
Yeah.
But, you know, for Kapaa, it's a victory in itself in a lot of ways to at least get to that last game. But I know nobody's going to be satisfied. They're going to want to win it again.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But before we get out of here, I want to give another shout out to our great Kapaa High Media team for bringing the game to all you viewers that are watching. You have Tiare on the wide camera, Haley with the field camera, Ginger on the other field camera, and Kai on the switchboard. And of course, none of this will be possible without the great tutelage of Mr. Chris Sandro and his awesome Kapaa Media team. So right now we're watching the run the flag is Bermoy waving the victory flag for the Warriors. Wow, great job by Kapaa. So as what is normal for Kapaa and our island school teams, after you finish a game, they sing their alma mater.
Yeah, nothing quite seems to bring a community together more than a successful football team, right? I mean, you can tell, you know, obviously by the turnout today, the cars parked on the side of the road. I mean, this was a pretty cool atmosphere to be a part of, and you know, for the young men, I hope they have an opportunity to reflect on it and realize, you know, how lucky they are to play this game, because you know your playing career is only going to last so long. So I mean, I just feel so happy for these young men, the families, everybody associated with the football team. I mean, I know it's not over yet, but like I said, to get to that final game is a great accomplishment.
Yeah, and to, like you say, get to play on TV.
Yeah, which for our Kauai teams, you know, we don't get to do too often, right? So And of course, shout out to the OC16 team,
Oh, yeah.
Felipe and Coach Hernandez, those guys, Coach Maafala, they do a great job with their broadcast. And hopefully we weren't too shabby today. Those of you who, I don't know how many people tuned in, but I know a lot of people said they were going to tune in today.
And I'm glad that although we had a few, quite a bit of stoppages because of injuries, each player was able to walk off on their own accord, and hopefully there's nothing too serious. So I want to thank our sponsors once again, with a special shout out to the Hawaii National Guard, who we had the privilege of being able to interview during halftime. Any closing shots before we get out of here?
No, I just want to.
Said it all, huh?
No, yeah, said it all. I just want to congratulate the boys, the coaches, the parents, the entire community. You know, I know as a faculty member at Kapaa High School, even all the teachers. There's some of the teachers were asking, "Hey, if we win this week, when's the next game?" And so I know even teachers are planning on going to the game, and so it's a great time to be a Kapaa Warrior fan. So I just want to congratulate them, and hey, let's go get this last one.
Let's do it. Any before we sign off, any last word on the Waimea?
It looks like the
Roosevelt
Waimea game has 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and Waimea is still up 27-20.
Wow, that is absolutely a barn burner.
So it looks like you know, the it has not been decided out there yet.
All right. Well, we're not going to keep our media team holding on too long, so we're going to go ahead and sign out. But once again, congratulations to the Kapaa Warriors. Congratulations to Damien Monarchs for making this a competitive team. But like I said, only one can be victorious, and that was the mighty Kapaa Warriors. And as our Kapaa cheer team told us earlier, fear the spear. And on that note, we are signing off. This is Rod Green with Matt Gonzalez, and it's all about the Kapaa Warriors. Take care and aloha.
Aloha.